We're going to start laying down on your back. And we're going to do a nice full body practice today, focusing on all the areas in the body where we tend to carry tension. So the head and neck and shoulders, and the low back and hips and hip flexors. And we're just going to try to release some physical tightness and tension that we may be carrying and feeling and holding on to in the body. So we'll start by laying down on your back and just close your eyes. And just check in. Notice any thoughts that are filling up your mind right now. And just let them slowly quiet down. Recognize what you're feeling and how you're feeling and where you're feeling. And then just start to breathe deeper than you normally do. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling out of the mouth. Relaxing the muscles in the face, the space between the eyebrows, the jaw, and then let's gently hug the knees into the chest. Sway left to right a little bit. Trying to get a gentle stretch in the low back, a little massage as you make some circles in one direction then the other. And then we're just going to take the left foot down to the floor, and the right foot's going to reach up towards the ceiling. So we're just going to pause right here. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Press your right thigh into your hands so that your shoulders pull down. Left leg is going to go straight. So coming right into this hamstring stretch. Letting the eyes be closed, the low back is grounded down. And really focus on the shoulders moving away from the ears so there's space around your neck. You can turn your head left to right. It's just kind of rolling out the back of the head, getting some movement into the neck. Here we can point and flex the right foot. Make some circles with the right foot in one direction and then the other. Take a nice full deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend your right knee and draw your right knee into your chest. You're going to cross the right knee over to the left. And then holding on underneath your right thigh with your left hand, you're just going to extend your right foot away from the right hip. So you can take your right hand, press it down into the hip to lengthen the whole torso, the whole right side of the torso. Right shoulder relaxes down. A nice flexed foot. You can turn your right toes down. Breathe deeply here. Just relaxing the whole outside of the leg. You can hold under or on top, whatever feels better. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to bring the right knee back into the chest. You're going to bend your left knee and put the left foot on the floor. So just keep your left knee bent. We're going to reach the right knee over to the right, and then holding on underneath your thigh or knee, you're going to lift your right foot. So the sole of the foot is looking at the ceiling. You can stay right here, or you can hold on to the ankle or the outside of your right foot with your right hand. So we're getting deep into your right hip right here. And then we're going to add the left hip flexor by letting the left leg go straight. So ease into that. Pausing here, relax the shoulders down. The right knee is bent, moving towards the floor to the right side of you. Feel free to maybe move your toes back just about a ½ inch. Pause here and breathe. So getting deep into the hip joint. Releasing tightness in the left hip flexor. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Here you're going to bend the left knee again so the left foot is on the floor. Passing your right foot over to your left hand. Just start to push the right knee gently away from you as you lower the right ankle down onto your left knee. And pause here. Right hand on the right knee. This will help stretch out the low back a little bit. And then we'll reach for the back of the left thigh, getting into a different part of the hips. You might feel this more in your seat, especially if you tilt the shape of your legs to the left a little bit. So getting a little bit into the seat. Breathe deeply and relax the low back. Relax the shoulders and the neck. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to release. You're going to let the right foot come down to the floor with a bent knee, and you're just going to reach your left foot up towards the ceiling. So you have your hands behind the left thigh, the left shoulder, both shoulders. You don't have two left shoulders. The shoulders are going to come down, and then let your right leg go straight. So pausing here, pointing and flexing the left foot. Make some circles. So just taking the beginning of the practice slow and deep. So really being mindful of what you're feeling here. Using your breath to soften and let go. Notice where you might feel extra tight and just breathe through. You can turn your head left to right here, just relaxing through the neck and shoulders, massaging and grounding down through the back of the head. And then let's gently hug the left knee into the chest, cross over to the right side of the body with the knee. I like to have my left hand right at my left hip crease to kind of ground it down and extend it away as I start to try to straighten my left leg. So just begin to find a straighter version. Doesn't have to be totally straight. I like to hold on the top for some reason, but you can see if holding on the bottom or the top is better. Shoulders are both down on the floor, solid through the core, so the belly is drawing in, hips are grounded and stable. You're just reaching that left leg over to the right to try to release the hip flexor. Not the hip flexor, I'm sorry, your IT band. I'm touching my hip flexor and man, it's tight. So your IT band, the outside of the left leg. This will help ease any tightness you might feel in the back. Inhale completely. And then as you exhale, we're going to hug that left knee back into the chest. Bend your right knee so the right foot is on the floor, just as you transition into this half happy baby. So bending the left knee, drawing the left knee down towards your left armpit, left foot is lifted. You can hold on to the ankle or shin or the outside of your left foot. So this is kind of a half happy baby. And then when you straighten the right leg, we become more of a reclined lizard here. So laying down on the back supports the back. We're opening up the left hip deeply, releasing a lot of tension and tightness that we hold on to all around that hip joint. This will ease into the low back as well. And then any little adjustment, maybe you bend your left elbow and try to bring your left knee a little lower. Maybe you bring your left toes a little bit more back. Relax through the shoulders. Lengthen through the top of your right thigh. And then let's just bend the right knee so the right foot comes on the floor. And then slowly start to pass your left foot over to the right hand. Your left hand is just going to guide your left knee forward so that your left ankle rests on the right leg. Pause here. As you gently guide that left thigh away from you, you might feel a little stretch in the low back. And then we'll reach for the back of the right thigh and hug the right knee in towards the chest. A tilt over to the right gets a little bit deeper. And then just pause here. Take this time when you're in this hip opener to just check in. Notice if the chatter in the mind has quieted down a bit. Relaxing the muscles in the face, the jaw. Relax through the neck and shoulders. Take a full deep breath in and a full deep breath out. And then here we'll just gently release, let both feet come down to the floor. We'll keep the feet about hip width apart, both on the floor. Arms are going to reach away from each other, and both legs are just going to tilt over to the right. So your knees are both falling over to the right. You're rolling to the sides of your feet. Extend your left knee away from your left hip, and then feel your left hip moving away from your left shoulder. So you're opening up the whole left side of the body, releasing the low back, opening through the hip flexor, opening up through the belly and chest. You can turn your head over your left shoulder and then just breathe through the twist. Feel the rise and fall of your chest and belly as you breathe. This is really good for digestion as well. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, let's bring the legs back to center. And then just let them fall over to the left. You might need to adjust your hips a little bit. And then again, think about your right knee moving away from your right hip. Right hip extending away from the right shoulder. Open through the chest. Breathe deeply into the lungs. nice exaggerated breath. When you breathe in, really try to expand and open. And when you breathe out, just empty. You can turn your head gently over the right shoulder. Take one more deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, let's bring the legs back to center. We're going to hug the knees into the chest. Cross one ankle over the other. Hold on underneath your knees if you can. And we're going to rock ourselves up into a boat pose. So if you can't do that, don't worry. You can roll to one side and press yourself up. Or we're going to, with control, rock up. And then once you're hovering, uncross the legs. So you're uncrossing your legs. Your feet are lifted. Their knees are level with your feet so they don't go too high. If you would like to let go with your hands, you can. We're going to keep a bend in the knees to protect the low back. If this is super uncomfortable, then just drop the feet gently down. Still draw the belly in and up. Take one more full breath in here. Start to bring the soles of your feet together as you open up the knees a little bit. Inhale, reach the arms up to lengthen, and then as you exhale, slowly drop the feet and reach your hands forward for your feet and hang down. So you can turn your head here, let the weight of your head release your neck. Relax the shoulders, let there be space between the shoulder blades. Relax the low back. Open through the inner thighs and the outer thighs. Inhale and exhale. Slowly make your way up. We're going to bring the feet to the floor in front of you. So the feet are about hip width apart, knees are bent. Hands are going to come behind you. Fingertips are pointed towards your body. So as you inhale, lift the chest, peel the shoulders open, and just pause. My elbows are softly bent. Chest is lifted. You're starting to stretch out the fronts of your shoulders here. Lengthened through the neck. And breathe. So really feel your shoulders peeling back. And then from here, push down with the hands as you lift your hips. Keep the chin tucked in. Arms go straighter. So now you're strengthening the fronts of the shoulders. This is really good for bone density in the shoulders and arms. Belly is in strong. You can feel free to rock forward and back a little bit, only if that feels okay on the wrists. If it doesn't, then just rock back and then back to center. Take a full breath in, and then as you exhale, make your way back down. Just bring either the soles of your feet together or sit cross-legged, make some circles with the wrists. Okay, from here, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Clasp your hands up overhead, reach them behind your head. Press the back of your head into your hands. Pull the shoulders down. Shoulder blades come together in the back. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, elbows hug in, gently drop the chin. You're not tugging on the head, you're just using the natural weight of the head to release the neck. Inhale, come on back up, open, lean the head back. Exhale, hug the elbows in, relax the shoulders and the head. One more time, just like that. Inhale and exhale. We're going to come back up, open up the elbows, lean back, and then let the arms reach out and down and behind you. Interlace your hands, press the knuckles down towards the floor, lift the chin, lift the chest. You can stay right here, or you can hinge forward. You don't have to. See how this starts to feel? Think about there being a straight line between the crown of your head and your hands. So as the head moves forward, the hands move back. As the head maybe goes down, the hands go up. So just see where you are. You don't have to come all the way down or all the way up with the hands. Just pause and breathe. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, come on back up. Release the arms. Uncross your legs and then switch the cross. So now you have the opposite foot in front. Reach the arms out and away from each other. That's your full breath in. Your right hand is coming underneath the left. So your right arm comes under. And then the fingertips start to reach up and towards each other. If this is not comfortable and you can't get the backs of the hands to touch, you can always hold on to the backs of your shoulder blades. If you can get the palms to touch, then let the palms touch. Shoulders pull down. If your shoulders are way up by your ears, that's kind of that's counteracting the pose. You want to pull the shoulders down. Lots of space for your neck. Push the elbows forward, tiny bit. Lift the fingers a tiny bit. Pinkies forward a tiny bit. Pause here. Any movement you'd like to make. You can sway left to right. I've been super tight between my shoulder blades lately, so this feels really good. This is opening up the space between the shoulder blades. Maybe you go up and down with the fingertips, so lifting up, folding down. This gets a little bit more into the neck. So once your arms are in this position, you're creating the space for your shoulders and neck to release tension, and then any movement you're doing is just to enhance the pose. So just do what feels good here. On your next inhale, fill up, and then on your next exhale, undo the arms, shake them out, and then reach them away from each other. Left arm is going to come under the right. Palms together if you can, or just holding on to the shoulder blades. You can do the same thing with the left and right and up and down. We're still getting some space in between the shoulders. Let the shoulders pull down away from the ears. Elbows push forward a tiny bit. Fingertips lift up a tiny bit. Pinkies go forward just a little bit. Pause here. Really release the neck. Pull the shoulder blades apart from each other. And then any movement, left to right, really opens up the space between the shoulder blades. Up and down, maybe see how that feels. When you come down, let the head hang. That gets really deep into the neck. So just continue to breathe deeply as you're in this deep shoulder opener. Moving in any way that you'd like. We'll take one more breath in this pose, and then as you exhale, let's undo the arms, shake them out. Take them behind you one more time, but this time switch your grip. So if you had your thumb on top, your right thumb on top before, just move so now your left thumb is on top, and then again, knuckles down, open the chest. This doesn't have to be crazy aggressive. You can have elbows bent and have your thumbs resting on your low back and just lift your chin and chest. You don't have to go crazy. If you want to extend your arms more, you can. You can stay upright. or you can fold forward, or you can come down. It's up to you, wherever you want to be. And just because you did one thing on the other side doesn't mean you need to do the same thing on this side. Pause and breathe, thinking about length and space. So creating space in between the areas that get tight. Keep one more breath in, and then exhale, release. Okay, we're gonna make our way into child's pose, but we're gonna have our hands behind us in child's pose for the first time. So coming onto hands and knees. Knees are gonna be either parallel or together. Big toes touch, hips sink down. Backs of the hands rest by your feet. Head drops down. Let your forearms down, let your shoulders. This is the one time I'm gonna say your shoulders can come by your ears. Lengthen through your spine. Feel free to roll left to right on the forehead. Just rocking left to right. Breathing deeply. This is a really nice way to help you feel a little bit more grounded. If you've ever heard yogis talk about the third eye, it's kind of the space between your forehead where you can just ground down and feel a little bit more centered. It's our space of intuition. I just find it really helpful to focus on going inside because my eyes are closed. You can focus on your breath, your thoughts, your feelings. So take one more full breath in here. And then as you breathe out, we're going to come up onto hands and knees. So letting the knees come apart so that they're underneath your hips. Wrists are going to be underneath your shoulders. Or a little bit in front. I like mine a little bit in front. Fingers spread nice and wide. Curling the toes under. Stretch out the bottoms of your feet. So really kind of tuck the toes under. Maybe lean back a little bit with your seat. Just a little, just to stretch out the feet. Had a nice conversation with Stuart this morning about feet. He does not like people touching them. I do. I was saying you should get a pedicure. Anyway, just love your feet here. Pressing back a little bit. And then moving with the breath. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, keep the feet the way they are. And then as you exhale, tuck the chin, push the tops of the feet down to stretch out through the tops of the foot and the ankle. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop and lift. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time like that. Curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift the chin. And exhale, tuck and round. We're going to come back to neutral spine here. You're going to send your left foot straight back. And then again, paying a little bit of attention to the foot, you're going to start to rock front to back. So really pushing back through your heel, stretching out the calf and the bottom of the foot. Just a gentle rolling back and forth. And then from here, you're going to take the back of your right hand and let it rest at your low back. Draw your low back into your hand. So see what that movement is. It's from the core, from the belly. You're pulling it in and up. Then you're going to lift the left leg. If you notice a huge dip in your low back, then don't go as low. Don't go as high, with that left leg. Keep your belly in strong, and now take the right hand forward. Pause here. We're just holding the pose without holding the breath. Back foot is flexed nice and strong. Toes are pointed down. Shoulders are relaxed. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, right hand comes down. Left toes go straight down. Right foot pivots to the right. Roll to the arch of your left foot. We're going to take the left hand up towards the ceiling. You can pause and stay right here. You can maybe make some big circles with your left arm, just moving all the way back and around, making a big circle. Nice for the shoulders. You can lift your left foot if you'd like. Or you can cross your right ankle in front of your left ankle. Again, you can continue making circles with your arm. Maybe you make it like you're painting a rainbow front to back. Maybe you just reach your arm towards the front of the mat, lifting your hips. Maybe you like it reaching up. Maybe you like it at your low back, reminding you to draw your belly in. Keep breathing. Nice. Take a full breath in. And then as you exhale, left hand comes down, knees come down, child's pose. Up to you. Backs of the hands by your feet if you want to rest your wrists and shoulders. Maybe you like your arms straight out in front. Maybe you like to walk your hands over to one side, tilting your hips in the opposite direction as your hands, and then you go to the other side. So just give your body here what it needs. Let the forehead ground down. You can roll it left to right. Try to relax the back of the neck. You can even interlace your hands behind your head if that feels good. So really do anything that feels good for you for these next few breaths. A little bit of weight on the back of my head with my hands helps me feel really grounded down and centered. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Let's make our way slowly and gently back up onto hands and knees. Knees go under the hips. Wrists a little bit in front of the shoulders. Curl the toes under, really tuck them under. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. As you exhale, tuck and round, tops of the feet press down. I like to push back a little bit. Inhale, curl the toes under, drop the belly, lift the chin. I like to lean forward a bit. Exhale, tuck and round. One more time, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to neutral spine. The right foot goes straight back. Push back through your heel. And you can rock front to back just a little bit. Getting a nice stretch through the bottom of your foot. Through your heel. Through the calf. And then when you come back to neutral, we're going to take the back of your left hand, place it on your low back. Try to draw the belly in and up. So you're trying to lift your hand a little bit. Lifting your right leg. You don't have to go too far up. If that makes your back arch, then keep it just a few inches off the floor. We'll take the left hand towards the front of the room. Upper arm can be by your ear or a little lower if you're feeling tension in your shoulders. So finding a little bit of balance here, some core strength. Relax the shoulders away from the ears so there's space. Keep the belly button drawing in and up. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, left hand comes down, right toes go straight down. We're going to pivot the left foot to the left, roll to the arch of your right foot, and let your right hand come up towards the ceiling. So you can stay here. You can make some big circles with the arm. You can lift your right leg. You can scoot your left ankle on top of your right ankle if you want. You can move your arm in any way that feels good. Remembering when you weight bear, you are not only building strength in your muscles, but you're rebuilding bone density after 45 seconds. So if we hold a pose for about 5 breaths, we're helping to build strength in our bones. Super important. Especially in the shoulders. Helps with posture. In our legs, helps with our hips and knees. Take one more full breath in, and then as you exhale, slowly make your way down into that child's pose. Anything that you would like to do here. Again, hands can be at your sides, they can be in the front, they can be at your low back, they can be walking in front of you, side to side. Just whatever you'd like to do here, just try to ground down into the forehead. You can gently roll left to right. Take a few deep breaths here. Check in with yourself. Are you fully present? Are you right here? And if you're not, that's okay. Nothing's wrong. Just bring it back. Bring your attention and your awareness back to your body, back to your breath, back to your practice. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, we're going to come on up. We're going to come on to forearms and knees. So your forearms are on the floor in front of you. Palms are down but relaxed, or they can be up however you want them. You're just not making crazy fists. Forearms are parallel. So the deepest expression of this pose is stepping one foot back, then the other, and having the knees lifted, and having your hips lifted, and chest lifted, and shoulders open. If you need to modify, if you're going to bring the knees down, make sure you push the tops of your feet down into the floor as well. That'll help really bring the awareness to your core. So breathe deeply here. Let there be space between your ears and your shoulders. Let there be space between your shoulder blades. Let your hips feel like they're lifted up a little bit. Strong thighs. Belly is in and strong. Relaxed hands. Maybe move your fingers around a little bit. You can come down anytime you need a break. If you feel that your chest is starting to sag down, lift it up. If you feel like your shoulder blades are coming a little more pinched together, separate them. If the shoulders are coming up by your ears, create space. Super important for back health to have a strong core. You can still relax your neck here. Doesn't need to be any tension in the neck. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, knees come down, arms are reaching way in front, and then you're just going to come up onto your knees, curl your toes under, walk your hands back to your knees, and roll to the bottoms of your feet. Bent knees. Your belly is resting on your thighs. Head is hanging. Shake out the head. Release the neck. You're going to let your hands come underneath your feet. So your feet are stepping on your hands. Your toes are at your wrists. Let your head hang and then just pull up. As if someone gently has their hands around your rib cage and are guiding your torso up. Relax the head. This is a deep release of the neck, shoulders, and back. Allow yourself to breathe with ease. Oxygenated blood is flowing to the brain. It's really good for the brain. Really resist. So you're pushing down with your feet. You're pulling up. Take one more breath in, and then as you exhale, soften the knees. Let your hands come out. So if you're facing the front of your mat, you can just start to turn so that you're now facing sideways. And you're just going to start to heel toe your feet away from each other. I'm going to heel toe my right one over a little bit more. My hands are down on the floor, underneath my shoulders. Knees can be bent if they need to be, or they can be straight. You can have your hands on blocks or a stool or something if you need a little more height. I like to rock front to back a little bit, see how that feels. On the backs of the legs. Okay, so we're just gonna move with the breath. This is really good for the neck, shoulders, chest, rib cage, back, all of it, moving with the breath. Your right hand stays down. You're gonna inhale, take your left hand up towards the ceiling, a gentle twist. Exhale, down to the center. Inhale, right, comes up, and exhale down. This is called windmill. So we're creating some energy here, some nice flow, inhaling up, exhaling down. Just move on your own. Inhaling and exhaling. Feel what you feel in the body. Maybe you feel this in your shoulders, maybe your inner thighs. Try to breathe deeply through the pose, through the movement, through the transitions. Take one more each side. We're going to heel toe the feet together. Bent knees, let your belly rest down, and then slowly just place one knee on the floor and then the other knee. Roll to your left hip, send the legs around to the front, and you're gently going to make your way onto your back. When you come onto your back, hug the knees in. Relax and stretch through your low back. Rock left to right. You can make some circles with your knees in one direction and the other. And then from here, as you inhale, reach your arms up and back, feet lift. As you exhale, gently hug the knees into the chest. 3 more like that. Inhale, arms reach, feet lift. Exhale, hug the knees in. Last 2. Inhale, arms float up, feet lift. Exhale, hug it in. 1 more just like that. Inhale and exhale. We're going to let the knees go wide. If Happy Baby is available to you, you're going to lift the feet. If not, you can just hold on underneath the knees. Just want the hips to release any last bit of tension. Let the low back feel grounded. You can roll your head left to right. Relax through the neck and shoulders. Lengthen through the spine and let go through the hips. Feel free to rock left to right or stay center. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. From here, you're going to hug the knees into the chest. You're going to lift your forehead to your knees. You're going to scrunch up your toes, scrunch up your fists, scrunch up your face. Take a deep breath in and hold. Squeeze everything in like a tight ball. Squeezing, tightening. And then as you exhale, completely loosen, open, and melt down into your mat for Shavasana. Any props you need, any ways to modify, feel free. But once you can come into that final relaxation pose and be comfortable, then just try to be still. Let the eyes be closed. Relaxing the muscles, relaxing the joints, letting the bones feel heavy, like you're melting down into the ground. So let's set an intention for the rest of the day, the afternoon, evening, and night. Set an intention for how you'd like the rest of your day to go. Think about some thoughts that you could have that would allow you to feel good and take positive actions. What would you like to accomplish? What would you like to do? How you want to feel? What are the thoughts? I find it super helpful to write those down at the beginning of the day. So when you wake up, just maybe setting an intention for your day. But right now, at the end of your practice, just kind of like in a mental journal entry. What did you gain from that 1 hour on your mat today that's going to help you throughout your day? Maybe feeling a little bit more grounded, open, relaxed, able to breathe with ease. So anything that happens today, that's the circumstance. It's not going to change. It's just going to happen. It's a fact. It's the situation. You're going to be able to think about what's happening in a positive way. Feel what you're feeling. Process it with your breath. And hopefully take a positive action. Remembering that our thoughts control our feelings, which initiate our actions. So no matter what the circumstance is, you're in control. Begin to deepen your breath. Some small movements back into the body. And then when you're ready, slowly and gently transition the body out of Shavasana to seated. Take your time. You can actually stay in Shavasana if you'd like, which is the beauty of a home practice. If you're transitioning to seated, we're just going to take a few moments in this meditative posture to just let your practice settle. Let your breath process whatever you're feeling. Remembering that you are in control of your thoughts. Just notice the thoughts that come up. Notice if you need to revise them. Notice how each thought makes you feel. Use your breath to process those feelings. Take the right hand over the heart, the left hand over the right hand. Remember that we are all connected. Not only are we here with each other, but we're here for each other. Let's take the palms together in front of your heart center. To honor your practice, honor yourself, and honor each other. Namaste.